recording this so I don't forget.
Thank you. Oh, that's what was wrong. I logged in with my private account.
Ah.
Anyway.
How are
Thank you,
guys?
Claire.
Oh yeah, for sure. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of anxiety, but you know.
You guys, what grade do you teach? Do you all teach the same grade?
We're
Yeah.
both in second.
Second.
Yeah.
Right on. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's interesting. I'm trying out something new and I have lost control of my volume for some reason, but
What are you trying, Claire?
say again?
What are you trying?
Yeah, I've attached my television to my laptop so that when I share my screen, I can look at my TV and see my participants.
You taught me how to do that.
On that video,
I have a computer attached to my laptop, but I haven't figured out how to do all that fancy stuff yet.
Do you have a PC or an Apple laptop?
My laptop is a MacBook, and my computer screen is Dell.
Yeah, you should be able to do it no problem. I'll send you a video that gives you directions. You just need a cable. But
I have them attached. I have them attached, and I can move my mouse from one screen to the other.
Perfect. Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to move participants to one side. Anyways, it's not a big deal.
You have to go into the settings of Zoom and enable dual monitors.
Oh.
It's in the general under settings. So if up in the corner it says Zoom US, you click on preferences. And general, allow dual monitors.
Under general, use dual monitors. Oh my gosh.
I know, I'm telling you, Violet, she's a genius. You don't even know. She's a genius.
It's just the little things. It takes so long to figure it out that I figured I'd share it with other people.
But how do I put?
So try and share your screen with us now.
Share my screen with you?
Yeah.
What screen do I share with you? There's so many.
Go on your laptop on the Zoom.
Okay.
And do share screen and whatever you want. Pick a thing.
Oh.
And are we still on your TV while you're sharing the screen?
So you guys are on my laptop, but my work is the shared stuff is on the big screen.
Interesting.
Weird. I'll play around with it later. I don't want to.
You can shift it. Hey, I have a question about, you can shift it. You just drag it. I've been playing around with that.
Okay.
You can just drag it from, it takes a minute to figure out how to drag.
Okay.
And I can show you that too. Hey, so Claire, you did use SeeSaw last year and with your Ks, and you do like it.
Yeah. So should we just jump in or should we wait for other people?
Well, Kim Davis was the other person, and she asked us to record it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna share the recording if you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. So I'm gonna share my desktop with you. All right, and I'm gonna come over here to SeeSaw, which I've bookmarked. All right, so
I have one other quick question before we get started.
Yeah.
Which is this issue that that they bought the pro version for us.
Yes.
But it's not going to be ready on the first day of school. Does that mess us up or not really?
I don't think not really because yeah, it's unfortunate, but not really. You can make it work because Clever's not working anyway. Like we can't go on to Clever before the first day. Right. All the apps are going to start on the first day, so.
My gosh.
Okay. So we shouldn't worry about that.
No, it's not the best way to do things, but everything is so messed up. I don't think it's going to be undoable.
Okay. All right.
Got it.
All right. So have you guys signed up for SeeSaw?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And I'm going to log in first underneath an account that I haven't really set up very much, just so I can walk you through it. So when I'm in here, I'm going to come over to the left side into account settings. And this is where you're going to want to set everything up if it's not already set up.
Right. Okay.
And then I'm going to create a new class. Did you see where I got that from?
Do it one more
I'm going to come
time.
back here. I clicked on my name on the left-hand side,
Uh-huh.
and underneath it, I get the option
Okay.
of create new class.
Okay.
I'm going to call it room 210 or Miss Dugan, whatever. I'm not 210, I'm 106. And K, actually, I'm not even 106. I forgot I moved again. Anyway, I'm 102.
Claire, you're at home. You're not even going back.
I'm in my son's bedroom. Okay. And then click the, sorry. I'm in mute 1 sec. So after I chose the name, I click the check button. Now, sorry. Now I'm going to come over to this wrench over here. And with this wrench, I can add students.
So Claire, in the pro version, what I understand is that it will automatically load our students for us. Is that correct?
Mine didn't. I don't know if they've got some version for the district where they're going to do that. If they do, not a big deal. Okay.
Okay,
So I'm just going to give you if they don't.
Okay, great.
Do you want your students to sign in using the Google account? Yes. Now, I'm going to email the kids the instructions. The instructions are very easy. They go on to SeeSaw, they click on I'm a student, they're going to get this code, and they sign in with their Google account. That's it. So when I click on email and students, I get this email and I copy it. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get our class email list up and running. So hopefully the district has taken care of that and you don't have to do that. But that's like a very simple way. You shoot out that email. It's pretty simple. They click on the link. They click on I'm a student. That code only lasts for until August 12th. So you have to regenerate that every
week
11
or so.
days, whatever, 7 days or so.
And Claire, did you find that most families used an app or they logged in on the Chromebooks, or was it just a variety? Or
I had no way of knowing, I don't think.
yeah, and it didn't
Yeah.
matter. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Claire, what grade do you teach?
Kindergarten.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to come out of here. I just want to show you some other things under the wrench on the right side. You're going to want to pick a pretty color. I like purple. Actually, a lighter purple than that. And I suggest you choose a pretty icon or upload an image.
Okay.
And then in the future, when you need to do anything with adding a student or managing your students, you come over here. I only have one student. It comes with a sample student. But I could change their icon if I need to do anything there. Let me get this out of my way. And then, can I move this? So here's things I want you to check on. I don't do home learning student codes. I just didn't go there because we're already home learning. So I allow students to give comments, and I require that the comments, or and I'm going to enable likes, comments, and I suggest that they have to go through approval, which means it'll come to you before anybody else sees it.
Yeah.
Going down further, students can see each other's work. That's a big one you're going to want. It's up to you. I do require approval on anything that's turned in. But you can approve like 39 things at a time. It's not a
So
big
do
deal.
you think it's a good idea for you? I remember, well, do you like that they can see each other's work?
I do.
You do? Okay, all right.
It was in Pear Deck that you have to be careful.
Okay,
But in SeeSaw, I think it's fine.
okay.
Okay. And you use Pear Deck as well with SeeSaw?
Yeah, I put the links to
Cool.
my Pear Deck in SeeSaw and the
Okay, cool.
links to my Zoom.
Basically, you're just going to want to subscribe to her channel, Kyla, and just follow everything that Claire does.
Okay, got it. Done.
We're going to get t-shirts made that say, I love Claire Dugan.
You need to have like some kind of PayPal account connected to it so people can
You
donate
really
50
do,
cents here
You
and there.
really do. Or like list your favorite types of food or
Yeah, there you
coffee.
go.
Start receiving sodas in the mail.
Enable item editing, I allow. Enable sample student, I allow. I didn't do family access because, I don't know. That's where the parents can make another account.
Yeah, that's another whole thing to manage, right?
Yeah, I had a couple of weird ones where kids had more than one account, but it didn't bother me that much. And I don't believe we have access to skills, and I don't think we will get, I don't know if we're going to get that. Sorry, let me let the dog out.
Let the dog out. Hi, Shauna.
Hello, Kai Kai.
Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, no, this will be just so much. I'm going to do the SeeSaw one too, but she's just so good with specific questions and she's just amazing.
Okay.
So this will be
All
a
right.
super good overview. And then
So where was I? I don't know that we're going to have access to skills.
Right.
Keep an eye on that. Right now, I didn't. And then you're going to want to have save to camera roll.
Okay.
And then you'll have to go into your permissions of your computer to do that. I like to have my video quality high. I don't care about the slow upload, to be honest with you. That's not my problem. It's when the kids are submitting videos because I use their videos and I want a high quality.
so Claire, and you don't have issues with memory on your computer with all this additional stuff? Is this all in the cloud? So it's
yeah, it's not on your computer.
Okay. Okay.
But yes, I do download it to my camera roll sometimes, not all of it, just some of them. And then after I make it into a video and upload it onto YouTube, I delete anything that I put on my
Okay.
Chromebook,
That
my
makes sense.
laptop. That's really important because I use my phone a lot, an iPhone for editing movies, and I only have very little memory on here, so I'm constantly deleting as I go to keep it clear.
Okay.
I think that's it. And here, like I'm gonna in the next couple of days go back and archive last year's classes. So that features at the bottom of here. I think it's going to be important just to free my kids up to be able to easily go into their new classes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going to switch my account. I'm going to sign out of this one and go to my account that I'm really using, which is my other Gmail account. All right, and then I just want to show you on this side, I am a co-teacher in 5 other classrooms. And so they appear down here. And the reason why I'm a co-teacher is they were all new to SeeSaw, so I was helping them out. Like I would set up my activities and they didn't have to because they could just use mine. So like I can go into Miss Steeble's room and assign things.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. And so it was very easy. Like when I was assigning things, so I'll show you that in just a sec. Anyway, I'm just going to go on my particular classroom.
But Claire, do you recommend that we, like Kyla and I are, and Kim, we're all teaching second grade. Do you recommend that we all are, sign up and co-teach as one for one another?
Yeah, it depends on how you collaborate, but yeah, I do because but I'm gonna take this off so I can adjust my volume because attaching it to my TV has messed up my ability to access. Still acting.
Is that you? Is that why it's a blank screen right now?
I see YouTube.
Oh, that shouldn't be. Hold on one sec. I'm having. So this is what
It's
I'm.
good to practice now. Figure it
Oh,
out now.
I
Why
know
are
what
you
I did.
eating?
I
Stop
unplugged the wrong thing. Okay, sorry. There, now I have my
You know-
volume back. I just have to turn it up just a little so I can hear you guys better. All right.
She was eating this. You're on the screen, babe.
Hi, Vic.
Shauna says hi.
Let me get this back down out of the way. All right. So
Where are you?
I'm sorry, were we in the middle of talking about something else when I did that?
You
We
were
said
just,
co-teaching, and then you were going to show us
Oh,
to
yeah.
your classroom.
Why do you want to co-teach? Is because you can share the load. Like either one week someone does the activities and the next week someone else does. And it's very easy. If I'm going to do the activities for me, it's just a check or two checks to have it show up on two other teachers'
right.
SeeSaw. So there's no reason for all three of you to do all the work. You could divide it into thirds and all be co-teachers,
Okay, so this was actually this was kind of a huge weight on my mind. Last year, what we did was we did slideshows.
Yeah.
Okay. And then using Google Slides, those are the things that we kind of used. So SeeSaw replaces that.
No, we'll put the Google Slides on. See, it replaces Google Classroom.
It replaces Google Classroom. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it does
So
not
the way that we
slides.
No.
So the way that we communicate directly with families is through SeeSaw,
Yeah.
but we use slides and upload them onto Pear Deck in order for the kids to interact with them through SeeSaw.
Is that right?
Yeah, and you give them the link to your Zoom and your SeeSaw. I mean, your Zoom and your Pear Deck in SeeSaw.
Link
Okay,
to
all right.
Zoom and
Okay.
Pear Deck.
Okay.
All right, so let me show you some activities that I have. So, actually, let me find a SeeSaw Pear Deck that I can unarchive.
That's the part that I'm a little bit confused about because
Here it
I
is.
think
Okay.
I guess I went down. So no more Google Classroom.
No.
There won't be any need for us to go into Google Classroom anymore.
Yes. No. Now
Okay.
this probably won't work because I have archived the Pear Deck. But if, say, today's Pear Deck lesson with Miss Dugan, you click on it. I don't know and now it's trying to take me to my Pear Deck. Okay. And I ended the session, so there's nothing there for them to go to. So in SeeSaw, it gives them a link to your Pear Deck, and all they have to do is click on this, take them straight into your Pear Deck.
Okay.
Show us how you link a Pear Deck lesson.
Yeah. So before I specifically do Pear Deck, let me just go down here. I also have a link, and then when I do it properly, they're right next to each other. I have them coming in a certain order. Do I have it? I'm not seeing. Oh yeah, this is when I was using Google Meet. This would be, I post my schedule, and this is the link to my Zoom. I'll change it to Zoom. So how do I do that? I'm gonna come over here.
I'm sorry, can I ask another backup
Yeah.
question? When a child gets onto your SeeSaw,
No.
is it kind of like Google Stream where the last thing you posted?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like Google Stream where the last thing you posted will be at the top.
Yeah, and that's why when you have plus, you can schedule. So I created this spreadsheet, because ridiculously enough, sometimes I was putting like 17 items each day on
Yeah.
SeeSaw because I was
Yeah.
putting the activity set up there.
Uh-huh.
So I scheduled it so that the last thing I want them to see, I scheduled for midnight, which was art. And then PE, I scheduled for 12:10.
Oh.
And that way I knew
Oh,
my
I
morning
see.
video would be the first thing they see. Then they'll get the link to my Zoom. And then there should be a Pear Deck in here, but it's not. And I do it in like 10-minute increments. In case I need to jam something else in between, I could put something at 12:01, 12:02, and still have it be between the art and the PE.
I see.
All right.
So then it's just going to be, I know that we keep shooting out questions. Do you
Yeah,
prefer
no,
us
it's
wait till the
No,
end
no,
or
no,
real-time questions? So then it comes off as when they look at SeeSaw, they just see a stream of lessons. There's no way to just like, here's the lessons and they go in and click the different lessons, like buttons or something.
And they see a stream like this. So they'd have to scroll down to find stuff.
So it's not like
Okay.
you click Monday
No,
and then all of Monday's stuff is there.
No.
Okay.
No.
all
So we're
right.
going to have to think really concisely about what we want them to see.
and the
Well-
order that you want them to see it in.
So
in
what?
order.
So can we go through like one day of yours?
Yeah. So, well, let me go. Okay. I don't have it set up as one day.
You
But
don't.
this spreadsheet gives you an idea. My first thing, I would put my class video, then my Google Meet. I should have my Pear Deck there.
Uh-huh.
They give us a mini lesson, then the read aloud, the fast track. I added RAS kits. Then I did writing and then the optional language arts freckle. And then I went into math, which was the fluency, the skills practice, the problem of the week. And then I had freckle math, which is, I call it clever math. And then there was science, social studies, vocabulary, which I added, and PE and art.
Okay. And then the piece that you taught, the only live piece was your Google Meet, which is going to be replaced by Zoom.
Yeah,
And then all the other pieces were things that you took from the district learning set or your stuff.
actually it was
And
just
you-
stuff. Yeah, mainly it was stuff I took from the dish. We're not going to get learning sets. Did you hear
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
That knocked me on my butt.
I
I was
know.
like, are you kidding me?
I know.
We are going to get the readers workshop mini lessons, and we're also going to get the not spelling, what do they call
Fast track.
phonics, right? Not that we, but have you done the Zern or the ST math training? So I did the Zern yesterday. It was extremely dry, but what's interesting is that it's aligned with our curriculum with Engage New York, so you can release it. But what I was wondering is if there's a way to like take pictures and just upload, or like upload the pictures of the lessons through Pear Deck for kids to just do on SeeSaw.
Yes. Yeah, you could. So let
Okay.
me come back to SeeSaw.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I get that now. So you had your schedule for the day, and for every day you would put those in order so that the kids would just sequentially go down for that day.
Yeah.
Okay. Smart.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then what's important is at the end of each day, and you have to do it pretty late, you got to go back and archive the activities. 'Cause
Oh,
that's a never ending stream. And they get a little red circle with all the activities they didn't do, like an email, as if you didn't read an email.
okay.
And there's no way they're going to do 17 activities. It was too much, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And it frustrated some of the parents. They could never get that. Like it went up to like 100 at one point for somebody. And it was just really stressing. I'm like, it doesn't matter. But it mattered to her.
Yes.
So I had to go back and
Mhm.
archive it. And that made everybody, because everybody gets a fresh start the next morning,
Okay.
instead of
And
it
you can
literally-
keep track of it on your end of what was turned in and what wasn't.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it's going to be 60% participation or something's going to be required. That's what I've heard.
Yeah,
So
I'm
night-
telling, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nightly would archive the class. Nightly the activities.
Yeah, and I wait because I have a mom that gets home from work and then uploads her kids' work, and she was upset once. She's like, I'm sorry it's so late, but I only get, so just, you don't want to mess with people that are under that kind of stress.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So either first thing in the morning, and then when I scheduled the activities, I do it from midnight. So everything's done by 3 a.m. So if some kid's up at 6 a.m. and the parent wants them to do some, I mean, that's just how I do it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Now, when you want to add an activity, you click on this green plus sign and you go assign activity. Now, I don't think I'm going to have to switch. Anyway, I'm going to have to switch because I have maxed this account out and they won't let me add any more activities until BUSD turns on that thing. So I'm going to sign in with the other account real quick. All right, so add activity, assign activity, and then you could browse their library, which I do recommend. They do have good stuff, and you could look it up specifically for kindergarten. Getting started in SeeSaw with kindergarten remote learning, like a collection of good stuff. I'm going to go back and click on my library instead of, after I clicked on browse, I got back up to my library here. So you create a new activity and you give it a name, like Monday, Monday, read aloud. And let me just pretend this is my read aloud. So I can attach the read aloud. I attach a multimedia and I attach it as a link. So I paste in the link I want to attach and I click this check mark. It gives me the preview.
And Claire, we could do the same with like Storyline Online.
Yes,
or,
this would
yeah.
normally be Story Online.
Okay.
Then I have to click this check up here. If there's ever a problem, you can hit delete and start over. That's a garbage can. And now if I wanted to add voice instructions, I click the button, please watch the video, and when you're done, draw a picture to show what you learned. And then I might type that here, instructions. And if I didn't like that recording, I could delete and start over. And then down here, I add a template. Now this is where you were saying if you wanted the kids to, let me post something up. I have an old activity set here.
This was the part that I work on because in Google Classroom, people can upload so many different ways. So this is going to eliminate the problem, right?
Yes. What do you mean that they're going to give them more ways to do it in this one, right?
But it'll be in one format, so it'll be easy for us to see and grade.
Yeah, when it gets to you, you'll be able to see it for sure. It won't get to you if you can't see it. Where am I? Maybe it's here. Nope, that's not it. I thought I had pulled up the learning set. All right, well, let me just get an example of a worksheet, Super Teacher. Am I logged in now? All right, let's just pretend. I'm gonna just take so let's say I have this, let's pretend this is a math worksheet.
Okay.
It's not. I want to zoom out so I can get the whole thing, maybe not that much. Zoom out so I can get the whole thing in my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want to take a screenshot of it.
Okay.
A PDF will not work. So on a Mac, Shift Command 4, take that screenshot, come back to SeeSaw, and I'm going to do a drawing. And for my background, no, what do I do? Sorry, I just spaced out what I do. Let me start over again. I'm gonna do, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I think, is find my screenshot that I took. I'm gonna go edit, copy, and then come on over here to SeeSaw. And I believe if I paste it, it just comes into the template.
Okay.
Now I can stretch it larger. And if I wanted to, I could add a background to make this a little bit more attractive. And the other thing is when I add something to it, nope, that's not what I wanted. I'm gonna delete it and bring it back in the right way. When I add something, the 3 dots at the bottom, now it's at the side, allow me to lock that. Now the kids can't drag it around. So when I'm done with that, I click done. So there's my template. And now I'm gonna save it. Now, when it comes time to assign this to, now that I've made it, I would assign it. And I'm gonna, since like I have a bunch of different classes in the other one, but I will, before I assign it, I'm gonna edit the students and folders. And I can then just select specific kids I want to give this assignment to. Normally I don't do that. But I want to click on folders because you can create a folder where all these answers will go. So I'm going to create a folder and I'm going to call it
But you're not creating the folder for each specific kid. You're creating it for the whole class. Is that correct?
for the assignment.
For the assignment. Okay.
For the whole class.
Edit.
And it could be multiple assignments, like all of your read alouds could go in the read aloud folder.
Or all of the Monday assignments?
Or all your Mondays, every Monday. Yes.
So how did you find it most helpful to do it by the day or by the topic?
You know, I went into all this work making folders and then I didn't really use them because on an activity, all the responses are together right there. Yeah. Maybe I wasn't doing things as wisely as I could. So let me just finish this real quick.
Okay.
So you click check and so I created the folder, and here, if you have Google Plus, they will allow you to schedule the activity. We don't have that yet, but down here you click schedule, you can choose the date, set the time, and if you're sharing classrooms, you'd click everybody's classroom that you wanted assigned to. Now I'm going to go back to my other account so you could see some of these folders. And if we run out of time and you guys want to continue this later, I'm available this week. So just let me know. So on my other account, so if you, this is the class journal that I'm on this right-hand side. And as I scroll up, I see everybody's work for everything. Now, if I wanted to look at a specific activity, like I brought in some that had responses. Maybe not. Oh, they all come in without, okay. Let me go into the archived ones. So at the end, nobody was turning in anything. It turned into just terrible. But let me scroll back further enough so I have people turning stuff. And here's 4 responses. All right. So here I can see all their responses.
And you can see your whole class.
Yes.
So you can easily see who turned it in and who did not turn it in.
Yes, yeah. Mhm.
That's really
And then when I click on a kid's, I have these options down here. I could delete it if for some reason it was inappropriate. The one I use is I share the item. No, I don't. The one I use is I save the item, and that just automatically saves it to my computer.
Can the kids see everything on, so when you went to that class screen, can all the kids see that? I mean,
The
after
kids
you've
can't
approved
see
it?
this. The kids can see the journal. This.
Okay, so they don't see the individual names of who has and hasn't turned
It does
it
say
in.
the name at the bottom. Oh, it doesn't
Right,
say who hasn't turned something in. No, they can't see
okay,
that. They just
So-
see what people turned in.
so
Okay.
Claire, that you're able to access without the folders.
Yes, so that's why I was like, eh.
Mhm.
But I do have folders, and if I click on, and it was hard for me to manage them because it's not intuitive.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure out how do you get to the folders, because there's a place where it says manage folders, but it just lets you pick the color and name it. But how do I see what's in it?
Sure.
You have to, it's not, it doesn't even make sense. But come up to this class journal folder and click on that. Now I see all my folders. So I did an apple pie baking challenge. And now these are all the pies that they turned in.
Wait, how did you get there? I'm sorry.
So up
You go to-
here, when
Uh-huh,
you're on,
yeah,
when you're in your journal, you have to click on journal first.
okay, journal, okay.
And the class journal will appear first. If you click on the folder icon next to it, that gives you access into it.
That's
Leave
if
it
you've
gives-
made the folder.
Yeah, it's because I
Yeah.
made those folders, yeah. And kids have access to that too. But they don't know it. I didn't even know it for a long time. But so kids can, and you can like people's work, add a comment. I already did on this one. This is my friend. She's a teacher practicing me. You're so cool. And what I tend to do, oh, I spelled it wrong. And what I tend to do is make a comment and copy and paste it. And the kids can see it, like, and they see it as you're scrolling through it. So if you're like, great job, great job, great job. So I don't do it every time, like every fourth one, I'll paste it, you know,
Sure.
just
Yeah.
trying to make it as easy as possible.
And then again, the comments that they make on other kids have to be approved by you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that comes in an email or it comes in the SeeSaw account? You don't get any
You'll
kind of
you get notified by the app.
by the app. Okay.
But I don't know about on a Chromebook. I don't, yeah, I think you probably get emails if you do, because my co-teachers would have like 100 unapproved items. I'm like, I didn't want to go in and do anything, but I did get emails about, yeah, you might want to
Disable that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But and the other nice thing is parents are talking to me in there too. Like I've gotten comments like the link didn't work. And so I can try and fix it really quickly.
That's my favorite. How do I get into this? Yay.
I want to show you something else over here. The way that I have managed it is when you're in your library, if you scroll down, you can add a collection. So what I did, when I made a collection of reading and writing, and in here I've got my Monday read aloud, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, somewhere in here is a Friday read aloud. I've got my 5 writings and my 5 reading mini lessons and my 5 fast track phonics. So I'm not doing new lessons every day, every week. I'll just get Monday read aloud. I don't see it, but let's pretend Tuesday. So I'm going to click on it and I can edit it. So a lot of times the instructions don't really change. They're doing the same thing. The link changes. So I would delete that link and add a new link. And the reason why I do that, and afterwards I kind of was like, oh, bummer, because like I don't want to say this. I was like, wow, would I have wanted those old activities? Like I just like took away all my resources. I burned my bridges behind me.
Yeah.
But they're actually in my archive.
And you
Like
can still access your archive to
Yeah.
copy and paste and put it there.
The way it was before I edited it is in my archive. So I still have that. And because it becomes very cumbersome.
No, right. So Kyla, we'll definitely want to do that and have our library
Yeah.
with the generic things, and then we just
Yeah,
and
so
then
you
you
want
have your-
collections. And then, so
collection.
then it gets very easy. Because if you don't have collections, you would have to go like, okay, they give you the first, 10 of your activities.
Mhm.
You all 223 activities. Now I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why the collections are good.
Okay.
And yeah, so that makes it a lot faster to do the big job of doing the weekly activity set.
Great.
And
That's a good.
I broke it up by my morning message and clever, then the specials. Yeah. So let me come back to class. What else do I want to tell you? Here's my archive lessons down here. And I can unarchive it
Uh-huh.
and bring it back. And when I am, so here's how I'm navigating between my journal, my activities. Now, as kids complete assignment, it's going to come up in my inbox as either a message or a notification, usually notifications. And that's where it's asking me to approve things. I don't have skills, that's not a thing. But in your when you're looking at your activities, if you look at one activity in the bottom corner, you can archive the activity. Now, the only activity you can't archive is an activity where there have been no student responses. Then it will be deleted. I'm okay with that because like RAS kids, there are no student responses. Just like some of my kids would come on and say, did it. But I was like with the parents, you don't have to respond. Like if it doesn't make sense, don't respond. I don't need it. There are some where I do, but that response comes with everything. Okay, I got a little bit off track, I think. I want to go back and show you a template because we went in and put that math sheet on there, right?
Yes.
But I think I did that on the other account. So let me find an activity where I made a template that had a PDF that I did a screenshot of. It's usually going to be a math thing.
This is what I'm really excited about. So basically what you're going to show us is that the kids can write on that thing.
They can. And that's how like, does this have a template? Yeah. Yeah, so here's one. So there's the template and the kid can write right on top of it. It's not that big. So let me show you what it looks like from a kid's point of view. This is archived, so I'm going to unarchive the activity. Okay, and okay, activities. Just unarchive. Let me see if I can find it here. It goes to the bottom. No, it should go to the top. Sorry, let me see if I can. I just want to show you what the kids see from their point of view.
I saw
Here's
it,
one.
There it is.
Add a response. I'm going to add as a sample student. So I gave them this template. I made this one, but and then they can draw on top of it. And they can change the colors here. And when they have it the way they like it, they click the check.
But they can also insert a photo or do the microphone thing.
Yes, let me edit item. Yeah, and that's what one of my kids would do. She would do the microphone and say,
Hello.
yeah, the main character of this book was the bear. And then if I submit that, yeah, the main character of this book was, you can't really hear it, sorry.
But that's okay. We get the idea.
When
I
I
have a
hear the kid. So
I have a question about that.
yeah.
Obviously, you have to roll that out, right? That's one of the first things we're going to do in our first 6 weeks or whatever. How easy was it for kids to learn how to use those tools?
It
Did it take a lot of
depends,
practice?
depends on the tech abilities of the adults in the
Kyla?
house.
Mm-hmm. Am I
I'm sorry.
frozen?
I'm sorry, I just heard someone call you. Did you hear that?
Yeah, it was Shauna. She's frozen.
Oh,
Okay, that's good to know. So I usually have a folder of my first 6 weeks of activities, and I can't use them. Obviously, we're not going to be doing treasure hunts and such in the classroom. So I'm trying to think about how to adapt to teach kids, like what it is that they really need to focus on learning the first few weeks of online learning.
yeah, I have no idea. I'm blown away that they're not giving us more guidance. So the way I do it is and I don't really recommend this because it was just too much, but I do a morning video that I make. I don't do a lot of full class Zooms. So
Me
I do a
neither.
morning video. I post it on SeeSaw. I post my Pear Deck. Let me get a Pear Deck up and show you how you do that.
I would love to see that. I'm really excited about Pear Deck and also terrified. I
How
think
much
Shauna
do you know
had
about
to.
Pear Deck?
I've never used it before. I did take the class on it, and it was really good. The woman who was leading it was really interesting. And it seems like we're going to have morning meetings every morning, whole class.
Yeah,
And
I wonder,
then,
like, I don't know if I'm going to follow those rules, actually.
right.
Because just because you said it doesn't mean I'm going to do it, you know?
Absolutely. And then also how we even think about, I mean, it opens up. I don't want to do too much until Shauna gets back on because I don't
Yeah.
want her to miss anything. But just
But,
thinking about how we split the classroom even. Let me text her and see if she's okay. But since you're recording it, I guess it's okay.
Yeah, it'll be okay. Because I may be starting a Pear Deck group.
Ooh.
And I'll reach out to you because I have a coworker at Cragmont that's wanting to use it but doesn't feel like she has enough information yet. So I'll reach out. What's your last name, Shauna? Oh, wait, I already have your email from the email that we set this up with. I'm going to add you to my mailing list so that when I send stuff out, you get it. So I'm still sharing. Okay. So when I start my presentation, it gives me this screen in Pear Deck, and I click on give students a link.
Right.
I do that the night before so that I can create an activity. Let me go back to the one. Unfortunately, I'm unable to add any more activities to this because I've maxed out.
So Pear Deck, you have to give them a special access code even if they're accessing it through SeeSaw?
No, they don't need an access code. They just need the link.
Okay, gotcha.
Let me let her back in.
Pear Deck, they need the link. Got it.
So, so I would go to assign an activity, create a new activity, Pear Deck lesson. And then I'd be like, be sure to click on this before you join the Zoom this morning. And then I'm going to add a multimedia instruction in the link. And there's my Pear Deck link I just got. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a very nice preview, but there's nothing you can do about that.
Wait, I'm confused. So they have to, can you do that again? I don't understand. They need to go through Pear Deck in the morning? Or they don't, or?
I'm sorry. They need to open up 2 tabs on their Chromebook computer. One is your Zoom, one is your Pear Deck. Both of those links will be in SeeSaw. So I made this activity with my Pear Deck. And when they go, let me assign this to somebody. Okay. So here it is. I apparently assigned it twice. Now that when the kids come to this lesson, they'll click on it. No, they won't. I'm not getting a student view.
Sorry, I got kicked off. I was on the wrong account, so at 45 minutes I got kicked off.
Oh, so I'm having a hard time showing you from a student's point of view. So let me,
But they have to learn how to split their screen. And your kindergartners were able to do that?
no, they don't really have to split their screen because when I'm in Zoom, they can go over to Pear Deck and just listen to me. They don't need to be looking at me. I want them looking at the Pear Deck. And I want the Pear Deck to have the full screen because sometimes they're drawing. But sometimes I'm going to say, come back to Zoom, and then they'll just come to that tab. I don't
So I
want
just need to
them
know to click.
Yeah, that's all they have to do.
I don't know. I guess I would love it if you treated us like students. And I know you don't have that much time left, but
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to make a code.
right, Kyla? I kind of want to experience it.
All right, so let me go to my other class. And I'm going to invite you guys to join me.
Okay.
So I clicked on the wrench. I went to students, emailed the students the instructions, copied the email. I'm going to put that in the chat. It'll be very long, but
Okay.
and basically you just need that code. So go on to SeeSaw, log in with your Google. I'm a student and put in that code, the VFDJ code.
Okay. Second.
And I'm going to log out and come in as a student too.
Doesn't someone have to be
No, it's a standalone without me.
Oh, shoot.
It's not like Pear Deck.
Oh, now it's asking me, logging into a student, it's asking me to create a new student account.
Go ahead and do that.
You can also just put in the code at the bottom. Isn't there a space at the bottom that just says code?
I did that.
Oh, it does. You're right. Sorry, my bad.
Should I
So
just sign
create
in
a-
with Google, Claire? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, sign in with, I don't know, because I actually use my personal Gmail when I join my class.
Okay, so I'll just sign in as a student using my personal email.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
Okay.
And if you,
I'm there now.
and if you scroll down to the third lesson, you'll see anyone you want to look at, but that's the Pear Deck lesson.
So where do I go? Activities?
Yeah, click on activities.
Okay.
Do you
And
see
I
a bunch of activities
I
there?
see today's Pear Deck lesson with Miss Dugan.
That's all you see? You don't see this morning?
Oh, no,
Oh, you do. Gotcha.
I
Yeah.
see it all. Thursday morning.
Yeah, so any of those you want to click on. Maybe try the real, I think, is that one working, the one up there, the Pear Deck?
It won't let me join. It says my password is wrong or something. I don't know. I don't have an account with this, so I don't know. I'll just watch you guys do it. Is that okay?
It's not letting you do the Pear Deck
Uh,
or the SeeSaw.
the SeeSaw.
If you put in the code and then you sign in with your personal Gmail, that doesn't work?
I'm trying. It's giving me a hard time, but
Yeah,
it's
we can-
okay. It's not something I want to get stuck on.
Okay.
I'd rather just watch you guys do it. And maybe Shauna can even just share her.
screen.
Okay, so I'm waiting for teacher approval. I guess this thing I'm still a little bit confused about. Now now at least you and I are in SeeSaw. And the thing I'm curious about is so now I'm in SeeSaw and I'm getting ready for my teacher's 9:00 lesson. And I open it and I go to the activities.
So I would have in my activities, you'd first get my morning video, then you get my Zoom link, and then you get my Pear Deck link. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry, go ahead.
The kids would read the morning video, which is just like 1 or 2 minutes. Then they click the Zoom link to open up Zoom.
If it's their time.
If it's their time. Mm-hmm. And then they, as Zoom is loading, they open up Pear Deck. Mm-hmm. And so do they see your face?
Not when I'm Pear Decking, but they see it when we come back to Zoom. So I don't do the whole lesson in Pear Deck for that reason.
Okay.
I'm probably just a little tiny picture at the top. Let me, do you guys want to set up another time to come together?
What I feel like, Kyla, we should do is maybe you and I can set up our own, like we should get our collections together.
Yeah.
Get some things together. But Claire, the one thing that and I guess we don't have to worry about it the first, 2 weeks, right? Do you think
right.
that that's fair to say? Because SeeSaw won't be ready. I mean, I don't know how to think about this.
I think that the pushback we're going to get from the parents is going to be pretty harsh. So
I agree. So I will say this, there are lessons coming out that are coming from Debbie Dean.
But do we put
community
them in
building?
SeeSaw? Like, where do we put them?
You put them on.
That we're not going to be giving them out. They're going to be coming from Debbie Dean. They're going to come from the district to families. And so it's going to be quote unquote parent-led activities for the first week while we're meeting with families, right? So I think Shauna, what we can do, and I don't know, you can tell me if you disagree, is we start to create slides on Pear Deck to eventually link to our classroom SeeSaw.
So we're not using SeeSaw at all. So how are they going to get on Zoom?
You'd have to email. We have to have some way of reaching our families. So the first thing I do is I go on to Illuminate and I make my own class email list.
Right.
If you go into Illuminate under contacts, you have their emails.
Yeah.
And I'll just warn you, there's a million typos. It's sad. And the poor people, anyway, I try and encourage them to go in and fix that. Yeah. Because that's going to follow them, that they're not going to be in the loop. But
what our the third grade team asked us for our former emails. So maybe we should ask last year's kids. I guess you can't do that in kinder.
Well, I mean, that's a great idea for the other grades.
The thing that I did though is that I used Remind. So I used Remind for parent communication and I used Google for kid communication. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know how to share the emails because I used Remind.
Yeah. I made my own email list so that I was able to, I made my contacts as like Aiden 1, Aiden 2, Aiden 3, and just had mom, dad, and maybe the babysitter sometimes as their contact.
In SeeSaw, do you link their parents' email or no, not at all?
No, it's just the kids' Gmail.
Okay.
And I'm sorry. So I'm going to go in immediately and get my class email list. Immediately, I'm going to get my SeeSaw up running. Yeah. Parents are not going to be happy, and they're leaving us to take the brunt of it.
I know, it's true.
And it's going to be really brutal. So if they get the sense that you're doing everything you can, they're going to appreciate that because they'll hear from other parents that other people are just waiting. They're not going to be happy. I'm really worried about.
Yeah.
I think District Berkeley Unified's in for a tidal wave on us. Anyway.
We need to just make sure our messaging is really clear as like, we're doing a slow rollout so kids can learn step by step how to, we're just.
So
Yes,
Claire,
I think
you
you're right
are
there.
going to get the SeeSaw up. I mean, I know you've got multiple accounts, but what you're saying is that I shouldn't even wait for the pro account, that I should just be,
Oh, no, I'm waiting for the pro account.
you are going to wait for the pro account.
Well, let me think. I can't really do anything with mine because I used the free trial and it ended like the last week of school. So I dragged myself through the end. My friend Suzanne, hers ended sooner. She had to pay the $200 to keep going, or 120.
I know a few teachers who've done that.
Yeah, and I don't think they're getting their money back either.
Mm-mm.
So I would make the class. I can make a new class. I just can't make new activities. So yeah, I probably would get going and I would start editing my old activities. I'm not going to wait for them to pay for it, I don't think. Because
Okay.
I think I can do it. But
Okay,
I won't
sorry.
be able to schedule anything and that'll be a pain in the butt.
Right.
But on our Zoom accounts, technically, we could just go in and start to schedule meetings with parents, and
But
so
it
that we have
doesn't
that
matter if they
calendar.
don't, it doesn't matter if they don't have the link.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean for working with families to the first 2 weeks of just parent meetings, and then eventually we can create our I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what I can do right now because sitting here isn't helping. I guess I could create lessons that
Sure.
eventually will be uploaded, right?
I'm going to show you something that I've been doing that might make you guys feel like you're spending your time well.
Maybe I should just retire.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it so, like, you probably guys look at old people like us and say, dang, you may be in danger for the COVID, but you're probably going to get out of here fast. But you know what a lot of older teachers are doing? They're not leaving because of the pay raise. And this is my friend Meredith coming in. Do you guys know Meredith Aki by any chance?
Sounds familiar.
She's a kindergarten teacher at Cragmont.
Oh,
No.
awesome.
So I just want to show you real quick before we, and then we could plan the email about when to, if you want to do this a little bit more. I just want to show you these Google sites I made. So if you go to Embark Math, if you search Embark Math, let me go on their website and show you. Good morning, Meredith.
Hi, Claire. Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm just finishing up.
Embark with a C.
I'm sorry, Embark with a C. I misspelled it in the Google search and it still comes out. And then you click on that. And what they have here
Oh yeah, I've been here.
is
Yeah.
they have not very good Google sites for each lesson. So I open up the Google sites
Oh.
and I make a copy of it. And what it winds up being is, let me see. I use that as a skeleton
Right.
as I go through it. It makes everything a lot faster because normally I'm looking at the teacher's manual and Google Sites. This puts so this gives you like the objective, the fluency activities. It's not a pretty Google site, right? But it gives it to you.
Yeah.
And
Basic.
then I take it and I add a background color and later I'm going to go back and Pear Deck it up. So I took theirs and I made this.
Okay.
And on that is the template where I got this. And so I'm doing like I've done the first 3 lessons. I don't know. I got a little bit overdone. Like 3 lessons took me a little bit of a while, but I'm thinking with my anxiety, could be a good way to just get stuff done, you know?
Yeah.
I can relate, quite connection.
Yeah. So yeah, if you start churning these out, I don't know if it's realistic to think we're going to do 4 of these a week, but
if we're sharing classrooms, like you said, I think that could be real revolutionary. If Shauna, who is the reading teacher magician, I mean, like she does magic, if she can be in charge of those, I don't know, like we could figure out a way to make our lives easier.
Yeah.
And you know,
They'll
Claire,
give
the
kids
thing
quality.
I don't get is like, why are you doing this? I mean, I know now you've got your K partner, but this is the kind of thing, I mean, this is what I I don't know why this isn't more across the, district, but anyway, whatever. It's
No, I
fine.
know, I
We
know.
can't-
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
wrap
so
it up
much,
with you
Claire.
guys.
Thank
I'll
you,
reach
thank
out
you,
to
thank you.
Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
guys.
So, Kyla, let's start. Do you have time? Like 30 minutes?
Yeah, I'll call you right now. I'll call you
Okay,
right now.
all right.
Okay,
Bye,
Bye,
Kyla.
guys.
We'll email you. Thank you.
Sorry, Meredith.
No, no need to apologize.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm a little bit nervous because I just found out last night we're not getting activity sets.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
realize
that feels, yeah. I mean, I still have so many questions like,